First of all, I'm going to use this simulator for the whole video. Sorry for that. All this is for sale, so if you're interested in any of the items, please check the links below. I'm going to show you my equipment. It's not much of it, but everything you need to achieve a really decent sound. This is Marshall JTM 30. It's a small amp with a lot of power. This 30-watt valve amplifier has, just like Fender's, two 5881 tubes in the power section, and three 1287 in the preamp. It has two channels, clean and a boost channel with a 3-band EQ, and effects loop. The speaker is a Celestion 12 inches Heritage G12. This amp is great for all kinds of music: jazz, rock, blues, hard rock and metal. It plays beautifully and it's often used as a studio amplifier. You will be surprised how loud this little amp is. It's all I ever used, and I played some nice, quite large venues. It's also quite small and handy, especially when you're planning on carrying it to the gig. It's not that heavy. You can plug another cabinet to it if you need some more bottom end. The sound is really nice. So let me show you how my setup works. So Boss switches channels in my amp. You may be wondering what this little thing is. It's a looper. It's also controlled by Boss GT10 by a Midi cable, which you can see right here. As this is true bypass signal, that means no electronic is involved. The guitar signal doesn't go through the effect processor when I play distortion, but thanks to the looper, it goes straight to the amp. That allows me to have a great distortion sound straight from the amp. Boss GT10 is a fabulous processor when it comes to effects played on a clean amp channel, but when you are playing live, you should use distortion from the amp, rather than from an effect processor. Trust me, it makes a difference which you won't hear while playing with a low volume in your room. Let me demonstrate how this works. I'm using 3 banks where each one of them has 4 effects. Every effect is represented by these pedals. Effect 1 is set up as my distortion on every bank. So the signal goes from my guitar, straight to the amp. And as I said, you can get really nice distortion from this little guy. Boss GT10 switches the second channel when I press pedal number 1 on every bank. Boss GT10 is also switching looper to loop 1, which goes straight to the amp as I said before. Every effect pedal 1 is set as a direct guitar to amp connection. Every other pedal pressed on GT10 switches Marshall to a clean channel as well as activates loop 2 on the looper. In that way the signal goes from my guitar straight to the effect processor and from the effect processor to the amp. And the amp on the clean channel. So you using only one device to do all the work. You could use loop 1 for a different distortion pedal if you're not happy with the Marshall distortion sound. It really gives you options. There isn't any delay when you switch from channel to channel.
And the water sitting flashing lights. Going on, man, you rapping so tight. What's up with you, dog? But I'm trying to live.